Today, I'd like to share with you one little change that I did to my running that it kept me away from injuries for 4 years so far. So if you really want to know, just stay tuned and let's check it out. So I have been running for more than 10 years now, and I can't count how many injuries I have already. So I had shin splints, runner's knee, pull muscle, my right thigh. So the list goes on. As any regular runner, you usually would get injured somehow. So this one little change that I did to my running form that it kept me away for injuries for 4 years. And that change is cadence. If we apply that for a running perspective, all we're saying is how often your foot strikes the floor. So the higher your cadence is, it means that your feet is hitting the ground more frequent. So of course your body has several joints, several muscles that work together to achieve the goal. In your case, my case, the goal is running. It's moving your body throughout space so you can get to your finish line or your destination or whatever the place that is, okay? So when you run, what happens is how high your body oscillates. And we call that vertical oscillation. The higher your cadence is, the lower your vertical oscillation is. And when your vertical oscillation is lower, it means that you are causing less impact to your joints, your knees, your hips, your ankle. So changing your running cadence means that you are actually bringing less harm to all the joints involved in the process of running. It's very much straightforward, but it's not as straightforward to actually apply that, because for you to have a higher cadence, it means that you need to hit the floor more frequently, okay? So what you're gonna find from the literature is that a cadence of 180 steps per minute is the preferred amount of steps that you could take. Of course, that's not set in stone. Everyone has their own personal capabilities. A taller person might have a lower cadence because of particular reason, and a shorter could have a higher. But if you take the 180, it's a very good starting point. Having a higher cadence means that you are less prone to injury. Why not test it? So I think it's a very good point that even if you don't have a higher cadence, which usually most of the beginners don't, just apply whatever techniques you can to get to that cadence. You can apply some running drills to actually improve your cadence. You could do some butt kicks, some skips, high knees. So there are several drills out there that can really improve your cadence and therefore avoid you getting injured. So try to use that tip, and I can link some of those drills here so you can apply them and see if that actually helps you. And actually some studies say that even some injuries that you already be having can actually improve the way that you recover from those injuries. So I hear from people, for instance, who have shin splints and that runs with lower cadence. So when they apply running with higher cadence, their pain actually goes away, or at least goes away in a good amount. Higher cadence doesn't mean that it has to be very, very high. It's not like the higher, the better. It just means that you probably have a normal cadence for you. And all you need is to improve in a certain amount, like 10%. And it should be good. I'd say at the beginning, start by 10%. And then if there is any need to increase even higher, then we start to talk about getting a professional assessment and see if it's really need for you to increase that cadence even more. And that's it, guys. That's how I managed to be injury-free for the last 4 years. And I have to say, before that, it wasn't the case. I would usually get injured, like having one injury a year. Some would be minor, some would be more serious. So at least now, for the last 4 years, nothing at all, which is awesome. I'd say that a lot of people out there would want to run for 4 years with no injury. And that's it for today, guys. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I really hope that you can hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you there.